So hi everyone, in this video we are going to use a photoresistor to trigger a transistor circuit to blow up a capacitor. And let's go to the future and see whether it works. I hope my circuit works, but before we start with our circuits, let's look at our photoresistor and how it works. So as you can see, I have my photoresistor here. With light, it's around 7 kilo ohms. But when I make the light less, as you can see, it's around 30 ohms. So we can use these values to make our switch. As a switch, we are going to use transistors open or close. So we have our circuits here. We have a 100 ohm resistor, a potentiometer, a photoresistor, and two transistors in Darlington pair, which I will explain later. Then we have our relay so that we can use our main power supply. So be careful. So how does our circuit work? We know that with the photoresistor, when light goes up, our value of our resistor goes down, and opposite, when lights go down, our value gets higher. So we have our resistor here, photoresistor. The reason for that is when we have light, it's a low resistance value and the circuit doesn't open because we have our main resistance here. But when the light goes down, the value gets higher and it works as a pull-down resistor. And with this pull-down resistor, our circuit gets open. And the reason why I used two resistors in Darlington pair is to make sure that our relay can open easily. And because the reason of it is, as you all know, the base current is equal to beta multiplied with our collector current is equal to beta multiplied with base current. So we have our first collector current 1 here. Then we have our second collector current, which is equal to, let me do it like this. Then the second collector current is equal to beta 2 multiplied with here collector 1. So we get much higher collector current from 5 volt to our relay so that we can actually close our circuits. So as you can see in my relay module, I have a in, plus and minus side. We connect plus to 5 volts and minus to ground. It's pretty simple. Now we have common, normally open, and normally closed. But the thing is, when it's normally closed, our LED, or I will replace it with a capacitor, will blow up, but we don't want this. So I have my normally open side. I connected COM to my voltage supply and normally open to an LED first. So when my circuit gets triggered, I will push a signal to in and I will close my relay. So when the relay is closed from VCC, and ground will be also closed and my LED will turn on. So I assembled my circuits. Now at the first, I have my relay and I am doing it so that the relay here should be closed. As you see right now with my LED, the circuit is on. I am doing it just a little bit so that you hear my LED turns off. Now we will test it. When I block light, as you can see, my LED turns on and we can call it a success. And now, instead of an LED, we will use an capacitor. And instead of VCC, actually not instead of VCC, but we will use 220 watts, our mains power supply. But be careful, if you don't know how to use how the electricity works, please don't try this at home because it's risky. Just do the LED circuit that I show you because it's actually the same thing. There is no reason to danger yourself. So my setup is ready. I connected the live wire to COM, and from that I connected to the plus side of my capacitor, and I connected my ground side of my capacitor to the neutral wire of my main power supply. Be careful, the color codes can be different. In Europe, the live wire is brown, the neutral wire is blue, and the protective wire is yellow, but we are not going to use this at the moment. And I also tuned my relay so that, as you can see, when I make it my photoresistor, you cannot see at the moment, but I can put it like this. There is my photoresistors. When I make it so, it closes and it can let the current of my main power supply to my capacitor, which will be dangerous. So now I will connect my main power supply. So it's connected. Now I will trigger my circuit. And as you heard loud and clear, it pops. So this video was only for educational purposes. And if you are going to try this, please don't try this with capacitor and mains power. Just try it like the LED that I used, because it's the same principle and it doesn't matter if your capacitor blows up and it's funny, but be careful because the mains power can easily kill you. I connected mains power to my relay. If you make something bad, you can trigger the relay early and hurt yourself. Or if you don't connect your capacitor correctly and you touch it while you are connecting it, you can still hurt yourself. So as I said, please just try it with the LED. You can see what happens to my capacitors right here. They get blown up like this. And even if you are going to do a capacitor test, please be careful so that you are away from the capacitor as well. For example, you didn't see because of my camera angle right that, but I connected some sort of a spoon or something like this from a far away to trigger my circuit so that I am not close to my capacitor. This was the part 1 of my video from that. I will try to make my design much better and come with a part 2. So don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Have a nice day.